Welcome. Tell your friends to come. We're going to get some information today that's going to be pretty good. You're going to like this. It's going to be great. Might be a little controversial, a little difference in opinion here, but I think it'll be great. Awesome. So I'm glad I got my Rode mic out today so I could get some clearer audio on the live today. So I'm here to talk to you about a subject that is so simple and so easy, but I seem to get a lot of controversy or opinion, put it that way, opinion. And so the first thing is everybody I've noticed has an opinion about social media. Have you noticed that? Everybody. And have you noticed that every single day you can wake up into your news feed and you can see like hundreds of brand new people who have finally woke up and said, I'm a social media expert today. And they start giving advice. I actually had one person message me and says, I know nothing about social media, but I think I want to be a social media manager. I'm like, wow, okay. We study and years of collaborating with developers and Facebook and the leaders and the changes and the back end of the technical and the algorithms and all the insights and proven strategies we use. And then somebody wakes up out of bed and says, I'm going to be a social media manager today. So anyway, so that's the funny of the day. So the reason I'm here is to talk to you about hashtags. And many of you probably say, I know how to use hashtags. I don't need this information. Well, the reason you could listen to me and think that I could be an authority on social media is my name is Shelleyacostello. I am the CEO and president of Creative Web Concepts USA. We are a full service social media company. We handle social media management and creative digital management for companies all over the United States, from the east to the west coast to Boston and all the way down to the tip of Miami. So we cover the entire country and we handle social media. So I hear it all. I hear it from everybody. So the first story I want to tell you, I'm going to tell you a couple little tiny tidbits to kind of set your mind and get a little mindset. So I had one person tell me, I have a social media coach. And my coach told me, yes, use all the hashtags you can. The more the merrier. Just put them out there on Facebook. Okay, so we're going to let you, if you have any, questions, or if you have a comment and you are an expert or you have some information, please feel free to let me know. And I'll actually post your question or your comment on the screen, and I will be glad to address it. So that's the first one. And the second one is a person who recently does a whole nother line of business, just a whole nother way out line of business, and began coaching people on business and tells people to, oh yeah, use hashtags. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. And I'd like to know how often you use hashtags. And I'd like to know how you discover which hashtags you should use. And then I'm going to ask you a question or two about Instagram. Okay. So the first thing I want to share with you is BuzzSumo. Are you familiar with that platform? BuzzSumo is like the world's biggest, greatest analytics company. In fact, they run analytics for Facebook and other large social media platforms. And BuzzSumo last year in 2018 did an analytics study of over like 800 million, I think it was actually 1 billion Facebook business pages. They analyzed everything from the insights, the reach, the post, every single thing. They did a comprehensive analytics on all those pages, on over 1 billion pages. So that would tell me that they are the authority on Facebook. Okay, so what BuzzSumo found out actually the year before was they said that using hashtags would reduce organic reach. Then last year they did a study and said that excessive hashtags overall did not reduce organic reach. And so we've gone into studies that other platforms have done, experts, big experts in the field, to see what they say and what they have done. And so here's what we have found out. So many of you know, and I use some of the big companies, Sprout Social here. So I'm going to actually try to share my screen with you and see if I can share this where you can see it. I will give it a try. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to see this chart. Okay, I think I have it. Don't know what you're seeing? There's this little chart. Okay, so I may actually do it differently. I may share the whole screen. Okay, there, I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is how to use hashtags on Facebook. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, so most of us, we take different approaches to things. And the topic of hashtags, Sprout Social, being an expert in social media, says that take a less is more approach. And we will shut that down. Take a less is more approach. And that means this is a hint. Don't do this, okay? So they're talking about overdoing hashtags. And before we get into this chart, I want to address the Instagram to Facebook collaboration. Whereas you go into Instagram, you put up a post, you're allowed 30 hashtags. Definitely all the coaches, and when I coach my Instagram clients, use all 30. They're saying don't use the same hashtags all the time because Instagram could think that is spam to try to switch up your hashtags. So definitely use all your hashtags. And a lot of people say, push that button and push your post from Instagram over to Facebook. And that's where you see, how many of you have seen, raise your hand. That's where you see like a Facebook post with like 50 hashtags. They're all those hashtags because all they did was push that same post over to Facebook. Okay, so this is a take less is more approach. If you take a look at the majority of the posts highlighted above, we were looking at them, you'll notice that most of them only use a single hashtag. So based on the research on how to use hashtags, maximum engagement occurred on Facebook when only one hashtag was present. I've got this chart here. I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see this chart right here? Okay, so based on research from these top analytics companies that I've been sharing with you, maximum engagement on Facebook occurred when one hashtag was present. If you look, the number under the gold bars, so are the number of hashtags used per post. So this is per one post. So those who use 11 plus, so of course, if you pushed through your Instagram post, that is 30. If you use all 30, a lot of people don't on Instagram. But if you had 11 plus was the lowest engagement. But there's a little break there. There's a little part, if you have 10 hashtags, it comes up a little bit, but then 9, 8, and 7, it goes way down. So if you come on over 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can see that the most Facebook engagement occurred using only one hashtag. So for a long time, it has been reported that too many hashtags reduce organic reach and engagement. So let me explain that to you. Organic reach. Why would a hashtag reduce organic reach? Your post, when you post to Facebook now, they get like dripped out there, and how quickly people respond and start to engage will determine if your post on your Facebook page will get any reach at all. If people start to like it or comment, Facebook will say, oh, great, let's drip that out some more. And this is what the new pages rules they've just come out with just a month or two ago at the FA conference. If people start to comment, like, and share and engage, they'll keep it going. If not, it won't be seen at all. So if people don't like 30 hashtags in a post, and a lot of people don't, the majority of people who are scrolling the newsfeed really don't like to see 30 hashtags. So you can see by this chart here that it's important to use, like, get your one signature hashtag. Get one and use it as your signature hashtag. And don't switch over that Instagram to Facebook button. No matter how much you're tempted to say, I can save myself time and I can go ahead and post simultaneously to Facebook. And when those hashtags come over, they're actually not good looking. So if you're scrolling the newsfeed, do you like to see a post with 50 hashtags in it? No. So when I say it's going to reduce your engagement, people are more likely to keep scrolling because they visually take away from reading the two little tiny lines of black text, because the hashtags are different color and they take up a big part of a paragraph. So if you've got 10, 15, 20, 30 hashtags and someone is scrolling through the news feed and they see your post, chances are those hashtags will be so visually distracting that they might not stop to look at your post. They might just keep on going. So I challenge you. I challenge you to make a couple posts on your own. Make some posts without hashtags if you're a hashtag lover, and then make a post with hashtags, a lot of hashtags, and then make a post with one hashtag, okay, and see how it comes out. So now they're saying one hashtag is good on Facebook, maybe two. It is proven. People do go into the search. They do put in a term, and they do search you using a hashtag. You should always put that hashtag in Facebook and see what comes up, okay? I know one person who had a perfectly legitimate hashtag. They put it in Facebook to search it, and it came out with a porn site or something. You just need to be really careful. So you need to also research your hashtags and see how many are being used. If you're on Instagram, use that hashtag buddy thing and put in your hashtag, and you can see how many hashtags, like 1 million, 10 million. It'll show you, even when you put in a hashtag, it shows you how many there are in Instagram. And you don't want hashtags that are 10 million. Okay, so let's talk about real estate. Real estate agents, let's just talk about this for a moment. Okay, so if you put up a post for real estate and it's a house, do you want to use the hashtag real estate as your one premium hashtag? Yes or no? Raise your hand. Comments? Okay. Do you want to use one hashtag, and do you want it to be real estate? No, you don't want it to be real estate. Why? Because there are probably 20 gazillion posts with the hashtag real estate because it's so broad, right? And you want people to find you. You want people to find your houses and real estate where you are, not just the world. And there'll probably be, like I said, 1 million of them come up. So if you sell real estate in Atlanta, wouldn't you be better putting real estate Atlanta, real estate Boston, real estate Philadelphia? Okay. So if you use that hashtag real estate, you need to be hyperlocal. You need to be hyperlocal on everything you do if you're a real estate agent. If you're not a real estate agent and you have a service that has a brick and mortar and you're local, if you're in Atlanta, Orlando, Health and Beauty Spa Orlando, Health Spa Atlanta, you want to have local, hyper-local targeting. Now, if you have an online business that reaches the whole world, then you don't need to have anything hyper-local that's geographically targeting people. Okay, back to hashtags, one hashtag. You need to carefully select that one hashtag, and you need to, on Facebook, use it over and over again. So that is okay to do. You need to actually keep that signature hashtag. Use it on every single post on Facebook. So it gets in the hashtag search and people always find you. So if you use buy homes, sell homes, buy homes Atlanta, sell homes Atlanta. But again, the highest amount of activity occurred only using one hashtag. So that would kind of take care of the advice people give you. Oh yeah, just hit that Instagram button and share it over to Facebook. Or this world-renowned real estate coach, and I mean famous person who coaches real estate agents across the world, told this agent to, oh yeah, the more the better, just use them all, put them all in Facebook, it's great. That actually is reducing your engagement. It will reduce your engagement. How do I know that? Because I've just proved to you right here that the more hashtags you use, you're going to reduce your engagement. Okay? You're going to reduce your engagement. So we saw the graph. At more than one, it went down. Two, I think, now let's look at that again, because 2 hashtags was not that bad. 3 was pretty bad. 3, I think it really started dropping off. Let's go up and see if we can screen share this again and look at that graph. Let's see if you use 3 or 4 hashtags, how much it drops down. Okay, there it is. Okay, so here we are. If you see this, 2 is, it drops a little bit. It drops your engagement. and 3 drops it. So I would say, here's my advice to you. This would be the way to do this. I would use 2 if it were me, because you do want to have one hashtag that identifies on Facebook the kind of company you're in, the kind of company that you're working with and you're doing. I would definitely use 2. I think 2 hashtags is great. So that's a good medium. It's a happy medium there and should not reduce it significantly. But you can see that your engagement will drop down. Now people are saying, what happened to my page engagement? My page engagement's down. And that is one reason why. So secondly, do make sure you change your hashtags up and carefully select. If you're going to use 2, always use one that's going to localize you to your business, unless it's a business that doesn't operate in a local environment. And then you want to choose a hashtag that is more broad. So you've got broad hashtags and you've got narrow hashtags. And depending on your company and depending on the type of business you're in and depending on your target audience will determine which hashtags that you want to use. So that's Facebook. And your page reach is very important right now. So since Facebook made a lot of changes, that page reach is very important. Facebook said pages that are used to having little or no engagement in the past will probably suffer, and maybe have less engagement, say suffer, will be more subject to a even lower engagement and even diminished or demoted out of the news feed because of the lack of engagement. And pages that continuously get engagement and reach will be promoted in the news feed. So you certainly wouldn't want to do anything at all like overuse hashtags that would keep your page from ranking higher in the news feed. So as far as Instagram, remember, use all 30. Just do not send that post to Facebook. You need to post separately for Instagram and Facebook. And remember, when you use your hashtags on Instagram, use broad, use narrow. Instagram also says use a hashtag that has something to do with the photo. If there's a photo of a dog somewhere, put, puppy or something to do with that photo. If it's a business you're on Instagram, and if it's like makeup or face cream, then beauty care, skincare, put something that has something to do in reference with the photo. They're really trying to crack down on spam. So when you reuse the same hashtags over and over and over again, then Instagram can flag that as being spam. So that needs to be kind of switched up and changed up. So if you have any questions about hashtags, feel free to let me know. Just wanted to just kind of let you know some of that stuff you hear out there that people tell you to use tons and tons of hashtags on Facebook. I just tell you to be very careful, choose your hashtags wisely. And you've seen the little graph here, choose how many you use and do the testing yourself. Test your hashtags, do 3 posts, one with a lot of hashtags, one with 0 hashtags, and one with 1 hashtag. And you get out there and see what kind of results you have and test it yourself. Now, you do know how to go into your insights, right? At the top of your business page, it says insights. You click on insights and it will take you to every single post in a row. And it's like a little orange bar, like the reach and the engagement. And you can actually get very good information there as to how that post is performing. And that'll tell you if you're getting good results, good reach, and good engagement, or not so good. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about hashtags, please let me know, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. And until then, we'll be having another live this week about the pages. We still have people confused about what to do on Facebook pages. So thank you so much for listening. Bye.